gumzo ambalo tutalipiga in the next few minutes. Kwa hivyo pale tukiangazia femicide, ambapo tunasema femicide ni killing of women because of their gender. Wanawake wanauliwa tu kwa sababu ya jinsia yao. And there is this issue that has just been risen up, and they say that of late Kenyan women deserve better protection and safety. And before that, wanasema ya kwamba the treatment of women's rights has been taken as an optional thing, and women are taken as second class citizens, and for that reason the Kenyan policy and government is not doing a good thing, because unapata pale kama ni mwanadad, as in they are taken as the lesser beings in the society.
Very true, very true. And it's not a good thing.
Sure.
Tunafaa kuwa equal in all ways.
Sure.
And you find unapata tu wasichana tu mama wanuliwa every now and then, and you're like, okay, what's not happening? Who is always on the wrong? Is it the man or the woman? You know, it's so hard to judge, and it's so hard to make a conclusion about it. But what I can tell all the female out there, just take care of yourself.
Sure.
Usikose kujiwekea heshima yako just because of a man. You know, just respect yourself, know your worth. You're worth good things.
And it's better to walk out of a toxic relationship
Exactly.
than wait to die prematurely.
Exactly.
Just to live. Kama huyo mwanadada, but hangejua. Angeacha tu kwa simu na and to just move on. But then,
but let me tell you one thing, yes,
you
love.
never know.
Love is a beautiful thing, yes, but it can also just make your mind, and you forget a lot of things. You also forget yourself. And
more so if you trust somebody so much, you can never think that something bad can happen. So even they say the much you trust, the much you get hurt. Anyway, sijui kuna maswali matatu makuu pale kuhusiana na huo sema ambao tumesema pale, the treatment of women's rights being taken as optional. There are 3 big questions, and the first question is about the gender, the 2/3 gender role, mandating that 1/3 of positions in elective public bodies such as parliament must be held by women has never been enacted. You see, first it starts with the government itself. It's failing us
from the top.
It's failing us. Kwa sababu imekuwa tu kila time even during the elections 2/3 gender rule, but it's not enacted. It's just a statement that is being mentioned. Then we have the next question.
Despite 7 women dying every day due to unsafe abortions, abortion is still illegal in Kenya.
And how does it happen if it's illegal?
It's illegal, but it's still happening.
So it's so ironical. Something is illegal, but then
they do it.
You say it's making people die. How do you notice they're dying? And why are you not arresting the culprits of it?
It's so difficult to judge that. Juu hata ukienda hosi, ukisema unataka kuabort and you truly want to do that thing, the doctor will do it for you. You know, so the doctor themselves, they're supporting it. You know, how will you end abortion? It's very difficult.
So that now becomes a failure on the part of the women themselves and even the doctors. And the last question is 13% of married Kenyan women report being raped by their husbands. Yet, marital rape is still not criminalized. My goodness. Our government has a lot of loopholes, because I don't see how such kind of a case has no what charges. Na mnaanza kusema watu wanakufa kutokana na hayo.
A married person is raped.
You are backed by unabakwa na bwana yako.
You
are raped by your husband.
And you're already married. Like, it's so ironical.
Na tatizo kama hilo, swala kama hilo aliripotiwa. So many people are dying out there, and they are just silent because even if they report, nothing is done.
People are going through depression. It's not a matter of just dying physically.
Sure.
Unapata tu mtu amewaza, anafikiria tu sana, anaenda kijiongelesha because life has become hard. Hana mtu wa kuongelesha. Unaona? But we just pray that God will just make them a good person, because vitu zingine tu zinafanyikanga tu out of your knowledge.
Now there is an article I was going through about gender identity and expression, and it was much tackling the issue of the femicide, and they are saying that when you are expressing your gender. You might be a male but you express your gender as a woman, you see. Kuna wanaume wanaona mwanaume ameshuka, sijui amefanya.
Siku hizi ni wengi, wengine wanatoboa masikio.
Yeah, so such kind of things you might, a woman might just decide, me I'm a lady but I just want to live like a man.
The lifestyle of a man.
Because if being a lady will make me be killed prematurely, then
so it's also supporting LGBTQ.
Exactly. And with that, we can just have some few statistics.
Let me read the story of Rebecca Cheptegei. So on September 1st, 2024, Rebecca Cheptegei, a Ugandan athlete, was murdered by her boyfriend, Dickson Ndiema. Rebecca, 33, was attacked by her husband, who doused her in petrol and set her on fire in her home in Endebess, Trans Nzoia County, and sustained burns on 80% of her body, which she succumbed into a hospital. Rebecca was a talented Olympian and has received several medals in her career, including gold in the Padova Marathon in 2022. Angalia mwanamke kama huyu. She had a very, very great vision.
Exactly.
Imagine. Alafu wewe mwanaume tu kwa hapo and you just want to kill the vision of the lady. Like, do you think even God himself is going to forgive you?
He cannot.
He cannot. You're not the judge, but ideally the whole story is not even making sense. Yani mtu amekuwa tu athlete, amekuwa kichikakamua, anajua tu the future is bright.
That is a dream buried and a vision that is aborted. You see? So it's
so sad.
It is a call to the government and the people involved to take action and at least ensure Kenya is not among the mentioned countries in Africa for that. And maybe we give a few statistics of the ladies that have just been killed recently. They say we have the Starlet Oahu, who was stabbed by his husband in January 2024. She was a 26-year-old lady, and she was an influencer. You see, these big people, they are just facing these things. I don't know why.
A whole influencer. You can just imagine how many people were watching over her.
That's so bad. And you know, when you are a role model, there are so many people who are following you.
Exactly.
And your downfall is their downfall. So those people who are looking up onto her, probably they just gave up.
And probably they are not there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's also Rita Waini, who was a student at 20 years old. She was dismembered and murdered in January 2024.
I tell you.
That is Rita Waini.
Mtu anakuwa aje na ile nguvu. You just go cut mkono, kata mguu.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're used to
how now?
They're used to it. Hata haoni ikiwa big deal.
And sometimes it looks like they are rituals, because I don't see how
a normal person can do that.
Anyway, there are questions that we cannot explain beyond our knowledge. We have Evelyn Musira. She was 28 years and she was slashed by machete by her husband in Feb 2019. Mtu anakatwa tu na panga.
Your own husband. Imagine umekaa na mtu for more than 3 years or more or less, alafu wanapata the audacity of just taking a machete and killing you ruthlessly. Hata haizi kumbuka the good moments that you guys have shared together.
At some point, I am made to believe that it is mental health issues that maybe drive some people to do such kind of things. Because you cannot tell me somebody who is sober can do such kind of criminal things. It is until you have your own disorders, your mental disorders. Unaweza fanya vitu kama hizo. We have
then
Milka.
There's Milka Mwangi, who was an entrepreneur, late 40s. Sasa huyo amekoma. She's even an entrepreneur. And then she was struck by her husband in May 2019. You guys.
Sasa mwanamke wa 40 years anaudiziwa.
Na ni late 40s. And she's a whole entrepreneur. You just want to kill the vision of the lady just because of a small issue that can be discussed, and everything turns out to be good. But you guys just realize that killing is the summiting all. Yani ni kitu tu ya kuangamiza tu na kufanya kila kitu ikuwe shwari. Si jambo la kufurahisha hata.
Yes, kwa hivyo utaniruhusu tufike pale, lakini jambo la kusema la mwisho pale ni kusema vipi. When we kill these women, we are trying to kill dreams. We are killing visions. And above everything, We are living societies without a mother, we are living them without a daughter, they have no sisters, and that is not a good thing. Kwa hivyo it is a call to everyone and every man out there, kindly take everybody as your sister, as your mother, as your daughter. I mean, just preserve them. The more you would like you to be taken care of, hakikisha pia wao umewatunza jamani. Kwa hivyo tusije tukawa na visa vingine vya mauaji kwa sababu ya jinsia.
Yeah, you may do this thinking and just telling yourself that nobody's seeing you, but remember that God in heaven is really watching over you, and what goes around
comes around.
Haitakuwa tu hivyo at you and it is just like that. No, just remember that God in heaven is watching over you, and it won't be easy. So thank you so much to all our lovely viewers who has been there with us from 8 to 9 a.m. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. We have been your lovely host Mary Kimanga alongside
Esther Mweni, na bila shaka mtazamaji, asante mara tena, na zaidi ya hayo basi nawatakia weekend njema. Tupatane hapo wiki ijayo panapo majaliwa.
Bye bye.